coming and welcome to the Medha show. And I've been,
Thank you so much.
following you in the last 1 year on LinkedIn, and I've been watching your videos. And of course, your story is very inspiring for all the people who follow you and watch you. So you have been a storyteller, a career coach, and while I was reading about you, you are an author. You have written books, fiction, non-fiction. I mean, there's a long list, a TEDx speaker, and of course, a award winner. So tell us more about you.
Okay, have you seen the movie Three Idiots?
Yes.
Yeah. I call myself an idiot who did her engineering first and then started exploring her life. So I completed my engineering from Chandigarh. It was a specialization in industrial production. But as was the trend at that point of time, I got placed with a IT giant.
Okay.
And I worked there for 2 years, and I realized that sitting behind a computer or a desktop isn't my thing. So the only way in those days, I'm talking about 20, 18 years ago, and the only way to get an out from your stream was to do an MBA. People weren't very open to trying different courses or different streams in those days. So if you want to change your stream and change your work, you do an MBA. And I did my MBA from Mumbai, and I switched to human resources as life would have had it, especially with us girls. You get married, and I got married, and I came to a different city altogether, and I tried working for another 8 years, and life took another turn. I had my first child, and at
Okay.
that point of time, I realized that, there might come a situation where I will have to be a home based caretaker for my child. And I started looking at different things that I could do. And then I conceived the second time. And this time I knew that I will have to leave my job, and I'll have to take a sabbatical, and I have to do something different. And that's when I started exploring writing. So one of my seniors, my friend, philosopher, guide, my boss, he said, "You have a way with words. Why don't you start writing a mommy blog?" Which was the in trend in 2016. So I started writing a blog. I set up a blog. I set up a blog, and then I compiled all my articles into a book. So that was my first book. I had called it Sugar and Spice and Everything Nice. And
Oh,
then the
nice.
tagline said about parenting. And I went on to write more blog posts, collaborate with at least a dozen of brands. Then I published some 300 articles in the next 4 years. So on
300.
an average, you can say one article every week. And I collaborated with brands. I wrote 5, 6 books. Two of them were collab projects. And slowly I realized that, I could actually string along my experience as an HR about personal branding, my experience as an author and a blogger, because that was all about stories. All of it culminated into storytelling. So that became my niche.
Very amazing journey, I would say. And when we talk about storytelling, so what do you think? What is a main part of the story that makes it memorable for the audience that hear you?
So if you sit with the aunts or the uncles in Delhi or in Punjab, in Chandigarh, they will chat for a very long time about somebody, and then they'll be like, "ठीक है, whatever happens, what goes off me, Sanuki." And the gist, the bottom line of storytelling lies in addressing हमें क्या. आप कहानी बता रहे हैं. You are telling a story, but if nothing is relatable or at stake for the audience in your story, and that's why I say there are 100 other things to take care of when you're telling a good story. But if you can take care of one thing which makes people think, हमें कुछ है, there is something for me in this story, even if it is a tiny relatability factor. You have nailed the hammer on the point.
So we need to work more if somebody wants to become a storyteller. Somebody needs to learn more skills than speaking only. What do you think?
Yes. Yes. Uh,
Absolutely.
Today we are much more aware. See, earlier people knew, some people had a knack for it. We said they have a knack for it or they have the gift of gabs. Okay. But today it is because science has made so much progress. There's so much research. There's so much content around everything. It is possible to learn. See, earlier also, as I said, there were people who had not learned it, but they had the gift of gab. But today, it is the good thing today that has happened is we say we will have to learn it, but then that's a good thing. There is a possibility for learning it because earlier we depended on natural talent.
Yeah.
There was something called speaking coaching, but they focused more on the delivery. They focused a little bit on content. But today, it is possible to learn it. There were talented people in advertising who were using neuromarketing forever. The campaigns that went good, the campaigns that went viral on television, which became some of the most popular campaigns, were using the principles of storytelling. But now, that science of creating those campaigns is called neuromarketing. And it is
Okay.
possible to learn neuromarketing. So it is a good thing that you can learn it and you can implement it. Anyone, it is now an acquired attribute rather than a natural talent.
That's amazing. I would like to know more about personal branding. You talked
Mhm.
about it even on TEDx. Also, I'll talk about TEDx experience, but more about personal branding.
For youngsters today, personal branding has become about, they're much more aware and they know they have to create a personal branding. They're doing internships, they're doing, what do you call it? They're attending seminars already. They are doing certification courses.
Is that
You are
true?
doing your certifications and you are sharing that with people you've done it because you want to build up an authentic image. The very idea of creating a personal brand is to do stuff and then tell the world about it.
Okay.
Simple example, if I ask you, which brand in India do you think is the most trustworthy brand? What would your answer be?
Let's talk about Ambani's and Tata's. That's the
Tata,
biggest.
right? I've asked this question to 12,000 people, and everybody, except for once time when I was addressing LIC agents, everybody says Tata. Now, have you ever had any interface with Tata people or a Tata organization?
No.
Yet you have that perception. Why?
I think newspapers and
So
because of the branding that they do, also the of brands that they offer. If we visit their stores for
they do it, and they make sure to tell the world that they have done it.
yeah,
They have values and a culture, organizational culture is good. But when they advertise, there also they say values stronger than steel. They do a campaign of chai which says Jagore, which talks about a citizen's responsibility to vote. So they are doing good stuff. And then they are telling the world that we are doing this stuff. That's what you need to do as a person. So personal branding is what a person's branding. So as a person, you do stuff and you make sure that you share it with the world that you have to do stuff. So there are three particular things that you need to share. One is your knowledge. The other is social evidence that you have done it, that you used your knowledge to do something and it benefited other people. And then you create opportunities for yourself, a call to action.
okay. So since you have been a career coach, what advice you would like to give to the youngsters, like the college students who are
And there are a
thinking-
number of advisors, right? My only thing that I want to tell, I think youngsters today are already quite aware. But I want to tell people that do not get carried away by trends. And if you want to build up an authentic personal brand, there's no problem with changing, but let it be authentic. There is a rat race for following the trends, the number of followers, the number of reels, the number of impressions, the matrix, But at the end of the day, even without the matrix, if you're building up an authentic brand, you will definitely come across opportunities. It's like today, Medha, you've seen me on LinkedIn. There is no other point of reference between the two of us.
Correct.
Right? So if LinkedIn can bring me this opportunity to talk to you and reach out to many such people, many people who are following you, your contact sphere, digital contact sphere, it is an opportunity for me, right?
So I would like to ask you a very important question. Last question for this session is, it's a women to women question. In the next, couple of years, I would also get married probably. So, it's how do you manage your career and your personal life with children, husband, in-laws, things, sasural, and your career? So I know it's not easy. I have heard from a lot of people. So,
this I
what
could have a
advice do you
discussion
give?
with you. Medha, I could have a discussion on this topic with you for an hour. But if I have to sum it up in 2-3 sentences, I would say one, as a woman, we have a very strong tendency to say, "Acha, main sab kar lungi, let me be a superwoman." This is a superwoman syndrome. Be aware that you are not falling prey to this syndrome. It's okay to not be perfect, to not be able to keep everyone happy. And probably with your partner to set that expectation that this might happen. What is my priority? There are some days when I feel, oh my God, my life is in shambles. Let me just leave the thoughts of being a free, self-employed coach, running a coaching agency, a one-man agency, and just have a easier life being a mother and being a daughter-in-law, being a wife and meeting everybody's expectation. But then that's again a personal choice. I feel that's not for me. I have contemplated it a lot of times, but I would not be a happy mother then. And the worst thing that I would do to my husband and to my kids is be not a happy person.
Correct.
Be that not a happy person. It would be the worst thing for my family. My family deserves better. So I try and talk. I try and reason out. Sometimes I just overrule. If reason isn't working, I just declare. And I do stuff. And now slowly when the kids grow up, everything eases out. People get used to it. The thing is, don't try to be a superwoman. And do not try to have a perfect 10 on 10 life.
Would love to hear you. When I'll come to Kolkata, I would definitely talk to you.
I'd love to connect with you and meet you.
I get to learn a lot, from this interview, and I'm sure those who will watch will get to learn a lot. Thank you so much for telling us the real thing about the storytelling, about the speaking, about the content creations, and personal branding, of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Medha.
Thank you so much, ma'am.